Welcome back in at 6:10 right now and happening right now. The Mix 106.5 Radiothon for the Johns Hopkins Children's Center now into its second day. This is the 32nd year for the event, which has raised now more than $25 million for the Johns Hopkins Children's Center. WMAR News' ERIN MACPHERSON is live there this morning with a first-hand look at where exactly, ERIN, that money is going.
Good morning, Christian. Well, that money goes to a lot of things to help the Johns Hopkins Children's Center, but the main aspect is it really just gives back to those children and their families, helps make them feel comfortable while they're in the hospital for so long, and it also helps doctors be a little more innovative or creative with surgeries or any other type of methods they need to help get those kids out of the hospital quicker. And I met one family grateful for their experience there. This little princess is Kinsley WOLSIN.
Cheese.
Her parents describe her as a miracle. She describes herself a little differently.
A bunny. You're a bunny.
You're a bunny? I met them virtually as Kinsley bounced back and forth from her mom, Jen, to her dad, Rob, just being your typical 2.5-year-old.
We didn't think we would get this.
When Kinsley was born, the umbilical cord was wrapped around her neck.
She went immediately to the warmer. Rob didn't see her. I didn't see her. She wasn't crying or anything. They were just working on her. And they all seemed just a little quiet. And they got her to cry and everything, but they wheeled her immediately to the NICU.
Once she was stable, they thought they were in the clear. But Kinsley couldn't stop bleeding.
I walked in there, and one of them pulled me aside and said, we're doing all we can for Kinsley, but it's not looking very good right now. He says, well, I want you to know that she's dying.
They didn't know what was happening or what was going on with her because she was just bleeding from everywhere. She needed several blood transfusions. She had 78 in the first 2 weeks.
Eventually, doctors found out her stomach ruptured.
She lost 90% of her stomach. There's only a 10% left, and it was the 10% connecting to your small intestines, not your esophagus.
Okay, coming back up.
The next several weeks were filled with surgeries.
Okay, gently up.
And then doctors came up with a plan to reconstruct her digestive tract.
The months leading up to her final surgery it felt like the longest months.
Dr. Daniel Rhee explained to me it wasn't a common procedure for a child. He created a reservoir to store food using her small intestine and connected it to her esophagus.
We talked about various different options and different ways to restore her. And then this seemed like the best one, but even then we didn't know how well this would work in the long term of her being able to actually eat a normal meal.
Where's my smile? Hi.
A tricky surgery, but a successful one.
Really?
She was discharged from the NICU 2 months later.
I just wanted her to be able to live and enjoy what she could have liked. And as you can tell...
Hi.
You are all about your sister.
Yeah, I think for, all that we went through and, seeing the way she is today and how she is now, it's really a miracle that, we're at this place right now. We can see her thriving, getting all her milestones.
Who's that? Mickey.
The WOLSIN family is just grateful for the Johns Hopkins Children's Center and their entire team.
We're so lucky just to be where we were at the time, so I think that was the most important thing for us, is that we're just so thankful to have the right doctors, the right nurses, everybody.
Not just saving Kinsley's life, but making the whole family feel comfortable for the 6 months they were there.
It helps give the families the comforts that they need to also go through just a experience that is trying on its own. You're fighting for your child's life. Having even just a blanket, supplying with a couple blankets that you can sit and be comfortable with her.
It's amazing what they think out there that could help you ease your minds and you feel like a family.
And every time they go back, they feel that same comfort.
Still to this day, it feels like home when I walk in there, which you would never think. Before that, I was not a fan of hospitals. And now I'll walk in there and be like, oh, it feels just so peaceful to be here because I know I'm safe. And I know my kids are safe while they're there.
The WOLSIN family goes back regularly for checkups with Dr. Ree, and because of all the life-saving measures right after birth, Kinsley has kidney damage and will eventually need a transplant. But that's something her family says they can handle. Kinsley's keeping her parents' hands full in other ways.
You ready to leave? Okay. We'll go.
Kinsley was just so much fun. I know we showed you a lot of videos there, but really just being able to talk with her parents as she's bouncing around the room was really incredible, especially after everything they've been through. And if you'd like to help families like the WOLSIN family, you can donate directly to the Johns Hopkins Children's Center. That Radiothon is happening right now all day today. All you have to do to help is text MIX to 51555, or you can call 410-823-1065, or you can go online to hopkinskids.org. Reporting live, ERIN MACPHERSON, WMAR 2 News.
And Erin, Kinsley's parents really just exemplify what some of that money that gets donated through the Radiothon goes to help. They've got enough to worry about. They don't need to worry about the lodging and the things like blankets and stuff like that. The hospital can take care of that thanks to those donations.
Absolutely, Christian. Those donations go to so many things you don't even think about, like the blankets she mentioned, Sudoku puzzles to keep them busy while Kinsley and other families are in surgeries, just doing everything they can to keep the parents' minds off things while those children are in surgery. So it's really more than just about keeping their kids alive. It's about the entire care that the whole team at Johns Hopkins Children's Center gives to the families.
Such important work being done there. Erin, thanks very much for that, and best of luck to her and her family going forward.